Welcome to Yin Yoga for Better Breathing, Week 3. This series is designed to target the rib cage and upper spine and bring greater freedom to the breath. This class will include gentle postures held for long periods, about 2 minutes. All you will need is a yoga mat and a rolled towel. If you're viewing this video first, I advise you to check out Yin Yoga for Better Breathing Week 1 before proceeding. Let's get started. Please find a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Take a minute to connect with your natural, uninterrupted breath. See how much effort you can get out of your breathing and allow the breath to breathe itself. Now, the chest-pounding breath. My favorite position to practice this in is hero pose with the shins folded underneath the thighs, though sitting cross-legged is acceptable as well. Make fists with your hands and bring your knuckles together at the center of your chest. The tighter you make your fists, the better. For this exercise, we are aiming for quick, forceful inhales and exhales. This will help to break up stagnation and tension in the muscles of breathing before we get into the yin postures. You inhale quickly to fill your lungs, and exhale quickly to empty your lungs. During your inhales, you straighten your arms out to the sides. During your exhales, you bring your fists back to almost touching. Try not to hit yourself in the chest or smash your fists together. We will go for 2 minutes. Begin. One minute left. Stop the exercise and return to your normal conversational breath. For the next breathing exercise, please come to a standing position with your feet hip-width distance. Bring your arms by your sides, thumbs facing in with your palms facing back. With your inhale, rotate your thumbs outwards, palms out, lift your rib cage and chin. Move into a back bend, lift the skin of your back ribs up. Kick down through your outer heels, lengthen up through the top of your skull. Move your arms back, open your chest. With your next exhale, reverse the movement. Rotate your thumbs in and back, cave in your chest like cat pose, lower your chin. Fully exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Continue like this with your breath, inhaling to open the arms and expand the chest, back bending. Exhaling to round the back, cat pose spine. Inhale to back bend, kick down through the outer heels, lift the skin of the back ribs. Exhale to push the air out. 2 minutes. Stop the exercise and return the breath to its natural state. For our first position, we are going to do some cat and cows. Please come onto your hands and knees with your arms and upper legs straight up and down. Make your knees hip-width distance. Line up the middle of your wrists with your outer shoulders. Exhale, round your spine for cat pose. Press your hands down and forward. Bring your chin towards your chest and your sitting bones down. Inhale, reverse the curve of your spine for cow pose. Press your hands down and back. Move your shoulders down your back and your chest in between your shoulders. Gaze at the point in between your eyebrows and keep your gaze there. With every exhale, transition to cat pose, and with every inhale, transition to cow. Go at your own pace and let the length of your natural breath guide the movement instead of the movement guiding the breath. 2 minutes. After your next exhale in cat, return to a neutral spine. Dragon lunge twist. Step your right foot forward outside of your right hand. Move your left knee back until you feel a lengthening on the top of your left thigh. Press your hands and shoulders down strong around your back like cat pose. Make your upper body active, lower body passive. Stay here or bring your left elbow to the top of your right thigh. Then bring your right hand to the ground outside of your right leg. Lean your torso to the right, lengthen the left side of your body. Lower your chin towards your right shoulder and relax your neck. 2 minutes each side. Carefully step your right foot back and return to a tabletop position. Take a breath. Step your left foot forward outside of your left hand. Move your right knee back until you feel a lengthening on the top of your right thigh. Press your hands and shoulders down strong round your back. Make upper body active, lower body passive. Stay here or bring your right elbow to the top of your left thigh. Then bring your left hand to the ground outside of your left leg. Lean your torso to the left, lengthen the right side of your body. Lower your chin towards your left shoulder and relax your neck. 2 minutes. Step your left foot back and return to a tabletop position. Take a moment to recenter. Puppy pose. Keep your thighs vertical and walk your arms out long like child's pose. Either keep your head up and in line with your spine, gaze down, or bring your forehead to the ground. Lift your armpits, upper arms up, lower your chest in between your shoulders. Press forward and down with your hands. Reach your outer hips back. Release, gripping in the breath. Lower your hips back to your heels and come into child's pose with your arms still out in front of you. For turned child's pose, crawl your hands over to the right off of your mat. Crawl them far enough so that you feel a lengthening in your left side body. Straighten and press out actively through your arms. Relax your hips down, especially your left. Create length all the way from your left hip out through your left arm. Relax the skin of your torso and allow it to slide freely. 2 minutes. Crawl your hands back to center. Then over to the left off of your mat. Crawl them far enough so that you feel a lengthening in your right side body. Press out actively through your arms. Relax your hips down, especially your right. Create length all the way from your right hip out through your right arm. Relax the skin of your torso and allow it to slide freely. Make your way back to a centered child's pose. Then walk your hands back and bring your torso to vertical. Please make your way to standing. Standing back bend. Once in a standing position, bring your feet as close together as comfortable. Interlace your fingers and release your index knuckles and thumbs, making a gun shape with your hands, angel style. Reach your arms overhead. Straighten your arms fully and eliminate the gap between your head and upper arms. Reach your outer armpits up, up, up. Reach your upper arms back, back, back. Lift your chin, open your throat, and gaze past your thumbs. With your next inhale, move into a back bend. Lean back onto your heels, kick down through your outer heels, and lengthen up through the top of your skull. Wherever you feel tension in your back, relax your skin and allow the skin to breathe up with your inhalations. 1 minute. With your next inhale, return your torso to vertical and reach up. Bring your feet to hip width distance. Exhale and come into a standing forward fold. Bend your knees enough to take the stretch out of the backs of your thighs. Place your palms on the ground. Relax your arms. Relax your entire upper body. Ground all four corners of your feet, but especially kick down through your outer heels. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears gently to create length in your side body. We will be here for a while, so get comfortable. Relax the skin of your ribs and breathe naturally for 2 minutes. With your next inhale, return to standing and reach your arms overhead. Exhale, arms by sides. Make your way to the ground and grab your towel for our first rebound. Place it horizontally along the short side of your mat. What we are going for here is to lie back across the towel with the towel just underneath the tips of the shoulder blades. Take some time to find a good position where your chest, collarbones, and shoulders feel expansive. Bring your legs wide and your arms out into a T position. Rest, rebound for 2 minutes. Carefully remove your towel and resume lying down on your back. Reclined big toe prep. Bend your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers in front of your right knee. Either stay here or interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and kick your leg to or towards straight, sole of foot pointing up. Move your right hip down in line with your left one to plug it back into its socket. Wherever you are, pull your thigh in with your hands and actively press the back of your thigh into your hands to resist the pulling. Extend actively out through the soles of both feet. Soften your shoulders and the features of your face. Release the clasp. Lengthen your right leg along your mat. Bend your left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers in front of your left knee. Stay here or interlace your fingers behind your left thigh and kick your leg to or towards straight, sole of foot pointing up. Move your left hip down in line with your right one to plug it back into its socket. Wherever you are, pull your thigh in with your hands and actively press the back of your thigh into your hands to resist the pulling. Extend out actively through the soles of both feet. Release the clasp. Lengthen your left leg along the mat. Then make your way to a seated position. Butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet either together or the feet apart 6 inches, soles pointing in. Lean to your right, move everything underneath your left leg and glutes out. Lean to your left, move everything underneath your right leg and glutes out. Then walk your hands forward and round your spine into a forward fold. Breathe naturally and allow the skin of your back ribs to flow up with your inhalations. Slowly crawl your hands back and bring your torso to vertical. Deer twist. For the next posture, bring your left shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. Bring your inner right thigh to point down and move your right knee back behind you. Continue to move your right knee back until you maybe feel some length on the top of your right thigh. Then take your hands to the ground out in front of you and crawl your hands over to the left to get a twist in your rib cage. To deepen the sensation, you may want to crawl your hands out a bit more. To transition to the second side, swing your right leg forward. Switch sides. Bring your right shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. Bring your inner left thigh to point down and move your left knee back behind you. Continue to move your left knee back until you maybe feel some length on the top of your left thigh. Then take your hands to the ground out in front of you and crawl your hands over to the right to find the twist. To deepen the sensation, maybe crawl your hands out a bit more. Make your way out of the pose and come to seated with your legs lengthened out in front of you for staff pose. Marichyasana 3. Bend your right knee and bring your heel close to your hips. Take your right hand to the ground behind you. Inhale, reach your left arm overhead, lean to the right, and twist to bring your elbow over your right knee, palm facing out. If it doesn't make it there, hold your knee with your hand. Press your right hand down, lift your rib cage away from your hips, gaze past your right shoulder. Soften the twist, make this active pose more passive. With your next inhale, gaze forward to the front of your mat. Exhale, release the twist. Straighten your right leg out in front of you. Second side. Bend your left knee and bring your heel close to your hips. Take your left hand to the ground behind you. Inhale, reach your right arm overhead, lean to the left, and twist to bring your elbow over your left knee, palm facing out. If it doesn't make it there, hold your knee with your hand. Press your left hand down, lift your rib cage away from your hips, gaze past your left shoulder, soften, become passive. With your next inhale, gaze forward to the front of your mat. Exhale, release the twist. Straighten your left leg out in front of you. For the next pose, half butterfly, bend your right knee and bring the sole of your foot to your inner left thigh, knee out. Square your torso in line with your elongated leg, then start to walk your hands forward. Round your spine, relax your upper back completely. I like to put the inner edges of my hands a bit underneath my calf muscles so that I can relax my leg and yet still have my knee and toes facing upwards. Relax your right knee down and allow your right hip to become heavy. Allow the skin of your torso to flow smoothly with the breath, especially the skin of the lower back. To transition to the second side, extend your right leg out in front of you. Bend your left knee and bring the sole of your foot to your inner right thigh, knee out. Square your torso in line with your elongated leg, then start to walk your hands forward. Round your spine, relax your upper back. Relax your left leg down, allow your left hip to become heavy. Allow the skin of your torso to flow smoothly with the breath. Return your torso to vertical. Release the pose. Extend both legs out in front of you. For the next posture, either do the pose we just did, half butterfly, again, or to come into half shoelace, bend your right knee. Bring your right leg over your left one and bring your right heel towards your outer left hip. Take a moment to line up your knees as best you can. Then start to crawl forward into a forward fold. Here, the focus is on allowing the extended left leg to completely relax and dead weight away from the body. Relax the skin of the back, way down through the sitting bones. Slowly uncross your leg and begin to transition towards the second side. Either half butterfly or for half shoelace, bend your left knee. Bring your left leg over your right one and bring your left heel towards your outer right hip. Take a moment to line up your knees as best you can. Then start to crawl forward into a forward fold. Allow the extended right leg to completely relax and dead weight away from the body. Relax the skin of the back, way down through the sitting bones. Take one more breath. Then make your way out of the posture. Grab your towel and set it up for another rebound. Two minutes here. Carefully remove your towel and remain lying on your back. Bend your knees in towards your chest and pull them in with your hands. Bring your knees wide, and from the insides of your legs, take hold of the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Point the soles of your feet up towards the sky. Gently allow your legs to kick away from you and feel into your hip joints. 2 minutes. Release the pose and bring the soles of your feet to the ground. Roll over to your right side and sit up with your legs lengthened out in front of you. Caterpillar. With your legs straightened out in front of you, move everything out from underneath your sitting bones and upper thighs. Crawl your hands forward and fold. This may be enough for you, and if this is the case, stay here. Otherwise, you may want to try plow pose, which I will now demonstrate. The first way to do this pose is to keep your knees bent. If you feel comfortable here and want to go a bit further, maybe straighten your legs and touch them to the ground behind you. Like so. If you want to give it a go, make your way onto your back for plow pose. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet to the ground, then bring your knees towards your chest. Press your palms down into the ground alongside your body. In one motion, press down with your hands and swing your hips above your torso, weight onto your upper back. Bring your hands to your lower back to support your hips, knees bent. Once on your upper back, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears to minimize stretching in the neck. Keep shrugging, create length in your side body. It is okay to feel some opening, lengthening sensations in the neck as long as they are not painful. Always feel free to come out of the pose and return to caterpillar pose. Experiment with your hand position, maybe moving your hands up or down your back. Relax your belly and breathe into the bowl of your pelvis. If you feel good here, maybe straighten your legs. We will be here for 2 minutes. Slowly, carefully lower your hips back down to the ground. Pause here for a few breaths. Please make your way into a seated position. Ease stretch prep. Extend your legs out in front of you. Bring your elbows to the ground behind you, elbows under shoulders, prop yourself up. Press your shoulders down, elbows down and out. Lift your rib cage away from your hips. Everything below your ribs relax completely. If you just did plow pose, it may feel good for your neck to allow your head to fully drop back, lengthening and opening the front of your throat. Otherwise, gaze directly forward. Press yourself back up to seated. Grab your towel and set it up once more. Lie down over the towel, open collarbones, open chest. Carefully remove your towel and set it aside. Lie down on your back for final resting pose. Bring your legs wide and your arms out to a T position. Rest and receive the benefits of practice. See you in week 4.